Hi guys, today we're going to be making baby Luigi, and we're going to start off with his face, which is like the chin part. So we start by making like half the chin and going up some, and then we're going to add a little bit more, and then we're going to add even more, and we're going to like add a little bit more on the left side, making it a little bit taller, and we're going to do the same on the right, making it look sort of like a U. Now we're going to make this sort of curve around the head, starting at one side and then a little bump like that, and then we're going to have the bump go in. Make sure when you're doing this you're using a pencil, and then you're going to add that little line right there, and we're going to erase a little part right there, and we're going to erase a little bit more because that little dot at the top, we're going to eventually erase that. But for now we're going to add that, we're going to make that line right there, and now we're going to add the nose. Now inside the nose you'll see there's a line, so we just want to erase that. Next we're going to want to erase that little dot at the top I was talking about, and now erase that other line over there. The next step is basically erasing the nose, because the nose wasn't exactly it was a little bit too like circly sort of. So we're going to have to change the nose, and we're going to make it more of like a longer nose, somewhat like that, sort of. And then once we have made that circly sort of nose, we're going to erase that little part because this one was that bump was a little too wide, and just making it come up a little bit higher is a difference for where we're going to put the eyeball, which is pretty good. Now we're going to put a line connecting it, and next what we're going to do is add the bump for the eye, and for the other eye it's going to be a circle though, because the nose isn't blocking it, pretty much. And now we're going to make an eyebrow on one side, but your hat is blocking the other eyebrow, so we're not going to make the other eyebrow. Now we're going to add the white part of his, we're going to make that line to intersect the white part. We're going to fill in that black. We're going to do the same on the other side, like that. And the next step is just adding that mouth. You can make it a dot. That's what I did. If you want to do something else, I don't know, it might work. And then you could also then do this part, which is adding a little bit more to that bump. And we're going to add even more on the other side, just a little bit more, not too much as of now. And now we're going to add a little bit more. And then our next step is to make that hump for where we're going to put the L in. So for baby Luigi, because this is baby Luigi, and if it was a baby Mario, it would be an M, but we're making baby Luigi. So you got to finish off that L by making an L inside the little circle. The next step is going to be so if you like your hat like that, I personally want to change it up. I personally want to change it a little bit. I think it's going to look better, so I'm going to erase that part over there even more. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our pencil, and we're going to make it go down more, so it looks a little bit different. Now our next step is to erase that little line there, and after we've erased that line, we can basically make that a little bit of a swerve right where the head would go, and then a little bit more, and then just a little bit more right after that, so like that. And next step is pretty much to add the hair part. So you make like a sort of curve and then go down. Now we're going to erase part of that, like so. And now we're going to add like a hump for the ear, sort of. And now, basically, once we've had that hump for the ear, you're going to erase inside of the ear. And we're going to clean up the hair a bit, I think. We're not going to do that just yet. We're going to add the thing inside of the ear, though. And we're going to make a little line under that, just to give its ear some more lifelikeness. And next we just added a little bit more line to clean up the hair. And we're going to also erase that other part of the hair to clean it up even more. And the next step will be like just thickening up both of those lines there to make it a little bit more clean. Mine was a little bumpy, yours might not be. So next step, that circle there, that's just my cursor. Sorry about that. We're going to make a bump right by his chin and then a little line by his ear. We're going to make a line going down even more by that ear, and we're going to make a little line by that sort of rectangle by his chin, a little bit line more, and then we're going to make the line even longer. And we're pretty much going to do that on both sides for the little guy's suspenders. It's cute little suspenders. So the first side, and then we're going to do it on the second side like we did on the other one. So we're going to add a little bit, and then we're going to add even more just in one sec. Okay, like that. And now we're going to have to make like the other part of his body, where first we're going to need to erase it because how long I wrote it was a little bit too much, and then we're going to make that circular sort of thing for his body, and then you're going to add that circle to make his buttons. We're going to do that on each side of the little suspenders. I think they're suspenders. I'm not 100%, but I would guess they're suspenders. We're going to make circles on both sides, and we're going to erase the inner parts of the circle where there are like lines, you know. And next I'm going to thicken up that because it was a little bumpy, so I want to thicken it up to make it look a little cleaner and nicer. Now I'm going to add, you don't have to add it, it's just like sort of this line inside of the button to make it look more lifelike, sort of. And once we've done that on both buttons, we're going to do our next step, which is, I'm pretty sure we're going to be adding that one line to the top of the suspenders, and it's like a line and then a bump, and then we're going to do that on the other side. So I just started drawing a little bit, and then we're going to go down in a bump like that. And now we're going to have to add his hands, so a little curve and then a couple bumps. After we have added that, we're going to finish off his hand by adding a line going in. And then after we add the line going in, we're going to make a line going out and then a curve like so. Next, we're going to add that line going in between the two humps. We're going to connect them. And we're going to do the same steps on the other side by making a line and then a hump. And then we'll align on both sides, and then we can make a hump on both sides. Pretty much a hump and then a hump. So we're to make the same thing, and we're basically then going to make his hand. And then once we have made the hand, I'm pretty sure and then we're going to make bind off by making finishing off the hand, and then we're going to make the two bumps go together by adding a line. Next, we're going to make his legs and feet. So we make one line going down, and we're going to do that for each side. So the first side you're going to make a line going down, and the second side you make a line going down. You're going to do that on each side. They go at a little bit of an angle, so you have to do the angle because I guess you could do it going straight down. I'm doing an angle. It's your choice. Yeah, and so it's going down at a little bit of an angle, not too much of an angle. We don't want him doing the splits. So we're going to do it on each side. And next step is adding that little like hot dog sort of thing in a curve, like a banana sort of hot dog. And we're going to add it on each side. And now that was like his socks. And now we're going to add that thing for his shoes. So we're just going to make a curve and then go up. And now we're going to make another curve going around it, sort of, at the bottom around it, and for the part of his shoes. And now we're going to add this like curvy thing by his inside of his shoes. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side.